Hey everybody. This is a quick live, but really I just wanted to talk about something that I was looking at earlier. This is Kylie's mom's Facebook post. She says, "The search and rescue sorry, the rescue the search and rescue search in the Prosser area has been stopped. I was told that over 20 agencies were involved in the search, along with the CHP's helicopter search and countless friends." She posted this on August the 7th at 2:45 a.m. She posted this at 2:45 a.m. on August the 7th. Okay? I just recently found or looked at this Facebook that's on Facebook and the Missing Kylie Rodney group. They ask about this was on August the 9th. Okay. Okay, let me go back because I need to share. I didn't finish sharing. On August the 7th at 2:45 a.m. the the search was stopped because they said it appears that she is not there, nor is she at any of the local hospitals or jails. Uh, this is when they started treating it as an abduction case. Hey, John. Hey, K. Cooper. It appears she is not there, nor is she at any of the local hospitals or jails. Okay. Um, um, I'm trying to read it. They spent the day scouring the area. It appears that she is not there, nor is at the. Yes, I read that. Um, the next day, they stopped it. Fine. On August the 9th, there's this video. They did this press conference.
We have the same fears and concerns that it's great. It confirms a timeline that we already had. No, there. We have been working with the state. Currently, an Amber
Oh, here it is.
there's a lot of other resources that
This is August the 9th. So in 2 days, she was reported missing August the 6th. 12:33 in the morning was the last time her phone pinged anywhere. August the 7th at 2:45 a.m., mom posts on Facebook. The search has stopped. It appears she is not there. In one day, nope, she's not there. They started treating it like an abduction case. I think one day is very premature to decide that she's not in this enormous campground place. This is August the 9th, and this is when he talks about the Amber Alert.
are even wider reaching than the Amber Alert system. And so we're working with multiple agencies. We've sent bulletins out to local law enforcement agencies, nationwide resources. And if the criteria is met, if we get a tip that points us in that direction that will meet that criteria, we're going to continue to work with the state. If that becomes appropriate, then we will utilize that resource as well. All those resources to be able to recognize her or her vehicle at borders or any sort of location where we can track people and vehicles. Those resources are all being utilized.
On August the 9th, they've given up looking for her in the lake and on the campground. They're looking everywhere else. They've already decided this is an abduction case. What I find interesting is what he says about the Amber Alert.
I don't want to speak to the exact criteria of the Amber Alert, but we're looking at the Amber Alert is a system for notification with suspected child abduction. Right now, we don't
He says the Amber Alert is for suspected child abduction.
have any. I want to speak to the exact criteria of the Amber Alert, but we're looking at the Amber Alert is a system for notification with suspected child abduction. Right now, we don't have any evidence that supports an abduction. Like we said, we're not ruling anything.
We don't have any evidence that supports an abduction. However, on August the 7th, 2 days ago, we had we told mom the investigation has stopped. It appears she is not there. So what are you doing? It just seems like a mess.
Out, and that's why we're kind of pulling out all the stops. If this was a hiker and they were known to be in an area, that would be a search and rescue effort because we're searching a very specific area. Because we don't know, we just have that timeline. We're considering everything. So
You're considering everything, but on August the 7th at 2:45 a.m., not even 18 hours after she was reported missing, you decided that she was not at the campground.
no, no, but we're not ruling that or any other. We have the same fears and concerns that any of the members of the community and the family have. So we won't rule any possibility out.
And she asked, at this point, are you still investigating this as an abduction?
No, it doesn't. The terminology is that we're just investigating this. This is a missing persons case. This is a search and rescue effort. We are investigating using every resource under the umbrella of resources that we have access to. So what we title it is kind of irrelevant. We're doing everything we can.
And then this one here, she's basically just in charge of media and making sure that the police don't say anything that will make them look bad. She's a media, what do you call it, moderator, media. She's like the media face of Placer County. Hey Amanda. And she comes up running.
Mhm. Sure.
And then she asks us, what is your message to those people that don't want to come forward because they're afraid to get into college? They're afraid to come forward. That's always been my theory. These people don't want to come forward because they're afraid that they're going to get in trouble, and not because of the drugs and alcohol. Something else happened here if it did.
So when we spoke to a large group of the kids here at the community center, we made it clear we are not investigating their conduct that night. Okay, if you want to report anonymously, if you heard information from a friend and that friend doesn't want to come forward, please come forward on behalf of your friend and tell us that information. So we are not investigating you. We are partnering with you to receive any information to help find Kiely.
We're only taking two more questions at this time.
See, things get real serious. She goes, we're only going to take two more questions at this time.
Sir?
Can you talk about the acreage that's been covered?
Unfortunately, the search is still underway, and we don't want to compromise any part of the investigation. So
Why does she say the search is still underway? That doesn't make sense to me. Because, or why would mom post this on her Facebook and say, the search and rescue search in the Prosser area has been stopped? I was told that over 20 separate unit agencies were involved in the search, along with whatever. Blah, blah. It appears that she's not there. Nor is she at any of the local hospitals or This was August at 2:45, so it just turned August. That's that's what I'm saying.
we can't discuss that.
Hey, Turquoise.
Absolutely. They've been searched on the ground and aerially from the air.
If it's searched from the ground and aerially, great. So no lake searches have been done. It doesn't sound, and if you watch this whole thing, doesn't sound like they actually were searching in the lake. Period. Which makes sense to me why there's this rumor going around. I don't know how valid it is that AWP was told not to search in the lake. No, we already searched there, but they did it anyway. I mean, it's not like the police called AWP. It was the community.
So close to the border with Nevada and Washoe County. Each agency works really well together because of search and rescues during the winter and all that stuff. But how difficult is it just being able to cross that border or finding resources to partner with such dense areas around the area?
Do you guys want to answer that?
We all know who this guy is.
I think that we're fortunate to have technology on our side in all reality to deal with some of those pieces of locating, say, a license plate and things of that nature. But in relation to Placer and Nevada County, it's been pretty fluid and things have been going pretty well on that end as far as crossing state lines and things of that nature. If you mean more like in a geographical border, we put everything in place that we can for location of the vehicle.
This is from August the 9th. This is August the 9th. Mom put a Facebook post on August the 7th saying that they had stopped searching the campgrounds and the water. I don't understand why in one day they said she is not here. The investigation, the search has been stopped at the campground. And on August the 9th, this is 2 days later, they're saying that it just sounds to me from what they're saying that they're looking at her car being out of state or she drove away. Oh, yes. I saw that video, K. Cooper. Yes. Yep. The Placer County Sheriff is also the coroner and marshal. Wayne Wu has a sketchy past. Please watch Sarah's Saving Spirit last video. I will. Thank you for that. She sucks as a PIO, but besides that, she has an amazing character. She does. She grooms herself well. There's just something weird, right? And so Ryan Upchurch is going crazy with his conspiracy theories. Well, when I'm looking at stuff like this, I don't think his conspiracy theories are that far off.
And if there's something where somebody knows where she's at or has information, that's what we're needing to put something together. And our hope is that we'll get some sort of piece of information from doing stuff like this and people in the community that really care and want to have some help.
You know how you're going to find her? If you just search the dang woods in the lake. That's how you're going to find her.
Help in solving this.
We'd like to wrap up the press conference now, as we'd like to get our first responders out to continue the search for Kiely, as that remains our top priority. Both captains will be available for any additional questions. You can come up to them and speak to them if you'd like. Thank you.
They're probably talking about questions or whatever.
Hello, can I have everyone's attention for just 1 minute? Thank you so much. If you are interested in praying for Kiely and her safe return.
This is just a huge media frenzy. They had asked her earlier, check this question out.
And locate Kiely.
Why is this specific case?
Oh, this is okay. This is the last thing I'm going to bring up, and then I'll probably end the live. But someone in one of the news, the reporters asks her, why is this case so different? And why is there so much media frenzy on this case as opposed to others? And check out, before this, the video had not been distorted. I've been watching this video since the beginning. The video never distorts, never turns green, static, nothing. Then this news reporter asked this question. Look what happens to the video. Also, conspiracy. But listen to, well, anyway, the reporter asks her that. Why this case out of so many? Look at what she says.
That's why we're urging anybody who was at that party that evening to please come forward. We need to find Kiely.
Angela, another question for you. Unfortunately, people in our region in NorCal go missing. It's so rare to see this incredible of a response both from law enforcement and the community. How and why is this specific case receiving?
I'm going to rewind it because I just put up
Party
the
that
captions.
evening to please come forward.
Oh, here it is.
Another question for you. Unfortunately, people in our region in NorCal go missing. It's so rare to see this incredible of a response both from law enforcement and the community. How and why is this specific case receiving this response?
We want to leave no stone unturned. We take this case, just like any other missing persons case, extremely seriously. risk right now because she
I
is
didn't
a
pause
minor
that.
and she is missing, and we cannot locate her or her vehicle. We want to thank everybody who has helped us thus far.
She doesn't answer the question because maybe it is a stupid question, but the lady's not wrong. I thought the same thing because she's talking. This lady's talking about the couple. Remember the couple that went missing as well, and they were found later. Um, but she asks her a question that I think a lot of us also have. Why is this case? She said it's so rare for a case to have media frenzy the way it is. Why is this case so different than all the others? And look how she answers it.
We need to find Kiely.
Angela, another question for you. Unfortunately, people in our region in NorCal go missing. It's so rare to see this incredible of a response both from law enforcement.
A reporter says it's so rare. This law enforcement response is so rare.
And the community. How and why is this specific case receiving this response?
We want to leave no stone unturned. We take this case just like any other missing persons case.
That she just asked you why is it different, and this and the media face says we take it just like every other case. You just contradicted the question that you were asked.
Extremely seriously. Risk right now because she is a minor and she is missing, and we cannot locate her or her vehicle. We want to thank everybody who has helped us thus far, our law enforcement partners, the community, people who have come forward anonymously to try and lead us to her, and we will continue to leave no stone unturned until we bring Kiely home to her family.
Now that we have federal resources.
So you see, and Ryan Upchurch, I think all he's doing is putting out the ideas that maybe other people also think. Okay, this because with Chris Watts, I'm a Chris Watts Island person. Think for Yourself channel, Megan. She always talked about how this is just a made up story. The Chris Watts thing with Anadarko and all that. It's like a false flag event. We all have been down this rabbit hole of conspiracies. I know I have, all the way to MK Ultra, all the way to false events happening to to push an agenda, like the Twin Towers being a plan, an inside job. I've been through all that for so many years. So when I listen to Ryan Upchurch talk, I'm not offended. I'm like, hey, that's actually possible too. Because I mean, at this point, we're all just trying to make sense of it, right? Uh, so I just don't understand, I guess, the handling of how this has been handled, and I don't know. I don't know. Why did Ryan say Kylie is not real? I don't know why he said that. I don't know, because that's what he thinks. That's what he thinks, and that's why he he has his own beliefs, because he does his time on the computer and research stuff and finds things that make sense to him, just like when I'm on my computer I find things that make sense to me, and then we come out and we put ourselves out there for the internet. And we're at the end of the day, whenever we come out and put stuff out there, we're at the mercy of the audience that we're talking to. And I mean, at least when he's talking about what he's talking about, he's giving receipts. And when I'm up here talking about what I'm talking about, I'm giving you my receipts. I'm showing to you. This is the video I see, and then I ask questions with you guys. I'm not just sitting up here talking. I'm showing you what is making me question, if that makes sense. So you got to just respect anybody that spends hours doing what they're doing, because at least they believe in what they're doing. And who are we to shoot them down? I guess I went on a rant, but yes. Yeah, I have to. Yep, on the trail for years now. Yep, anything is a possibility. I see it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, and that's what it is, right? But I mean, what do you guys think about this? A reporter asked, "Hey, what do you why is this case so important or different or such high priority?" She couldn't answer it, but even like regular people, like the reporter, have the same question. Why this case? Just like, why is the Gabby Petito case so important out of all the other ones? Why is the Kylie Rodney case? Why the Casey Anthony thing? Like, there are only certain I was on a live earlier, Voices Behind the Wall. who decides what is a big case? How is it decided? How does one case get more attention? Who decides how many hours to the media, right? The media is in charge, maybe. Yeah.
Are we able to do anything more with her cell phone? And
So are we able to do anything more with her cell phone?
find where it came after the party? Are those resources helping?
Those details are under investigation. Unfortunately, I cannot discuss them, but please be rest assured,
It's okay to have questions. It really is okay to ask questions. Because that's why we're all here. That's why you guys go to channels and talk about this stuff. I have questions. Amanda S. Vita's channel, literally, she ends it with, I have questions. I'm like, what happened? Because, we're just trying to make sense of it, right? I can't solve this, but I can Google. But yeah, possibly to distract and cover up the truth by Ellie. Maybe law enforcement is embarrassed that they didn't find the car quick, and AWP came in and they found it quickly, and now they're just trying to backtrack, and it just doesn't make sense. That's embarrassing. Imagine, you're this law enforcement and someone comes in and then just does what you should probably could have done quickly. That's embarrassing. And I mean, a law enforcement agency is going to say, we lacked, or we didn't have the resources. But they do say that. They do admit it. I think they're like, that law enforcement agency are like these dogs with the tail between their legs at this point, because they messed up. This doesn't happen. There are 300 people, 200 people. I don't know. The number changes every time I read anything. 100 people, 200 people, 300 people. It changes, but only one person ended up in the lake. They messed up. They know they messed up. And so what we're watching right now is the repercussions and of all that, I guess. But anyway, I just wanted to come on and talk about that. And thank you for being here and listening. And it's just interesting to me. And like the video if I made you think, I guess. Yeah, I was thinking the other day, who in true crime community picks what you guys are going to cover. I don't know. I kind of, this Kiely Rodni is the only other case that I've looked at because it does not. It seems like a big riddle. This case, just the only other case is Chris Watts, and that's kind of where I come from. What better way to have social media to do conspiracies to have access to an interview on YouTube? Yeah. Yep. Thank you also, Winter. It's not like everyone is doing something different. Well, it is what it is. I mean, there are a lot of other channels that cover a lot of other cases for sure. So I hope you find them, Brian. Anyway, you guys all have a good night. I have to get off, but just some stuff I wanted to put out there, and you all have a good night, and I'll see you soon. Thank you, Turquoise and Kay Cooper, Winter, Brian, The Ugly Truth, and all the new people. Tiki, that's a cool name. John and Amanda and all my awesome friends. You guys have a good night.